the best possible night routine you can have. And I want you to take notes because this is going to set you up for success. All right, so look, warm shower, food, what you should eat, what you should not eat before bed, stretching 10 to 15 minutes, planning out tomorrow, 1 hour right before bed. You should not be using your phone, and all lights out. Finally, your room is cold and you are sleeping 8 or more hours of deep sleep. Warm shower. Why should you be taking a warm shower right before bed? So look, when you take a warm shower, the hot water literally relaxes all your body, relaxes all your muscles, so you're sleepy and your body is really relaxed, so you can fall asleep faster. Look, some players make the mistake of taking a cold shower. I don't recommend that. So look, if you're gonna take a cold plunge or a cold shower, a cold shower I recommend first thing in the morning, and a cold plunge I recommend after your training sessions or games or any activity, hard activity that you do, or gym sessions. Look, a warm shower before bed is gonna relax all your muscles. You're gonna feel sleepy. You're gonna feel tired, which is good, so you can fall asleep 8 or more hours of deep sleep. Eating before bed. All right, should you have anything heavy before bed? Should you have anything light before bed? I recommend you never have anything before bed because it is literally gonna disrupt your sleep. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night, which is literally gonna ruin your deep sleep, and you're not gonna have the you're not gonna have the best recovery. All right, so here's what I recommend eating before bed. I recommend not having anything before bed, but if you are gonna eat something, I want you to have grapes because they have melatonin and it's literally gonna help you fall asleep just like that. It's gonna get you set for sleep. You are going to fall asleep and you're gonna have deep sleep, which is really good for recovery and your next day to be perfect. Next thing, if you want to have high testosterone, if you want to feel energized, feel good throughout the day, if you want your testosterone to go higher, have eggs before bed. Just have 3 to 4 eggs before bed. This is going to be super light, super easy for the digestion, and is literally going to be boosting your testosterone and giving you lots of energy. So, should you have anything before bed? Yes, you can have something before bed, but it should be either grapes or eggs, just plain eggs, or you can have raw honey. This is also another testosterone boosting food that you can have out there. So yes, you can have things before bed, but don't let it be shit food. Do not snack before bed. Literally have foods that is gonna boost your performance and get you to the next level. 10 to 15 minutes stretching. All right, so look, if you stretch right before bed for about 7 to 10 minutes to 15 minutes, even longer if you want, this is literally gonna give you the best feeling for sleep. So look, when you stretch, your body is gonna be really calm, really relaxed, and you are going to have really good sleep. All right, so I recommend this for everybody, every athlete, every footballer that runs a lot, that does lots of exercises. So look, if you stretch right before bed for about 10 to 15 minutes, your muscles are going to recover faster and you're going to have good performance, good energy the next day. So I recommend 10 to 15 minutes of stretching every single night before you go to bed. And this is not only going to boost your performance, but make you feel good when you are sleeping. When you wake up the next day, your energy is going to be higher because your muscles are not tight, they're not sore, they're ready to go. You need to plan out to your tomorrow. All right, so look, you just every single day, you just don't want to go aimlessly towards your future. I want you to write down everything you're going to be doing for tomorrow. I want you to be productive. Please do not waste time. So look, for mine, I put wake up, hydrate, 10-minute walk, make content, and eat food, and go to training. This is how my day is gonna look like. So look, I see most Most of these athletes, most of these soccer players, when they get out there, they literally don't even have a plan for their tomorrow. They don't have a plan for their next week. They don't have a plan what they're gonna do tomorrow when they wake up, what they're gonna do tomorrow throughout the day. So look, I want you to write down, just plan. Take 5 minutes, take 2 minutes. It literally takes a couple minutes to write your tomorrow down. How are you gonna spend tomorrow? Are you gonna wake up doing something productive, or you're gonna sit there like a bum scrolling, just ruining your day? So take literally 5 to 10 minutes to write down your goals, what exactly you're gonna do tomorrow from the time you wake up to the time you sleep. This is literally the secret to success. The reason I came so far is because I had a goal day by day. I wrote it down. Don't just say it in your mind that I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Actually write it down so it's in your face. You see it, you get reminded of, because you're gonna forget. So write down your goals for tomorrow. Literally everything you're gonna do, from training to eating to completing that task, homework, whatever you're gonna do for tomorrow, write it down and execute it. 1 hour before bed, I want you to put on your blue light glasses, and I want you to turn your phone settings to red mode so you don't take in all that blue light. So look, when you take all that blue light, all this artificial lights from these lights, from your phone's computer, any screens that is artificial lights, your body is gonna take that in and your body is gonna think it's still daytime. First of all, these blue lights, these screen times is very bad for the human body. Second of all, your body is gonna still think it is daytime and you're not gonna fall asleep, or even if you do fall asleep, you're not gonna have really deep sleep. So 1 hour before bed, turn your phone to red light and put on your blue light glasses. Okay, so once you have your hot shower, you've had the food you want to have, you've had your 10 to 15 minutes stretching, you've put on your blue light blocking glasses, your mind is calm, ready to sleep. Now here's the last thing. I want you to have the best bed. I want you to buy yourself a nice bed that you are comfortable in, and I want you to appreciate that bed. So look, I don't want to sound cringy here, but your bed, you should appreciate it every single day, because your bed is the reason why you fall asleep, you recover, and your performance gets boosted. All right, so look, I want you to have a nice spot that you will be sleeping in, and I want you to turn your room, and this is the last thing I want you to do. I want you to turn the AC on, and I want your room to be cold. The colder it is easier to fall asleep and to have deep sleep. If your room is hot, then you're not gonna have as good a sleep and you're not gonna even fall asleep. So also have your room fully dark, and I want you to not leave a single bit of light in your room. I want your room to be fully dark, AC turned on. You did your other routines like you wrote them down, and I want you to have the best 8 hours or more sleep that you can have. All right, so look, this is very important. Your night routine. You can't just have the night routine of everybody else out there. Everybody else, guess what? I see, for example, take my neighbor. Every single night he has his beer, and he is literally just aimlessly snacking, and guess what? He feels like shit the next day. And you don't want to be that. You don't want to just scroll on your phone aimlessly. I want you to look, if you want to get to that next level, if you want to succeed, I want you to have goals ready, set, and I want you to be disciplined. Look, this is not going to come easy to me. This is not going to come easy to you. If you really want it, you have to be willing to be different. You have to stand out. You can't just follow the sheep. Follow every other sheep out there. All right, so look, I want you to have plan, have a schedule, discipline yourself, and I promise you, how amazing would it be for you to actually succeed? How amazing would it be for you to look at everybody else and just think to yourself, look, I disciplined myself and I won. And look, success is in the other side of discipline. When you discipline yourself, you can have anything you want. You can sign that contract. You can literally change your life forever. But at first, it's going to take a little bit of discipline for you to lock in and get your performance to the next level. Have a plan and execute that shit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care of yourself, boost your performance one way or another. Figure this out, get to that next level.